And that may spin us into a different conversation about Mark Cuban. I think Mark Cuban has built up a celebrity in a way that Donald Trump built up his celebrity, where you're so famous for all of this that people aren't looking at what you're truly here for. People talk about Trump being rich this, rich that, because his face is everywhere. You're fired, Trump Tower, and this is pre-presidency, right? But then once they started to look at his money, he's not as cash rich as you'd like to be. And he had a great starting point. And from that starting point, he didn't really make the best financial decisions to get him to where he should be based on where he started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mark Cuban gets a lot of credit for being gifted Dirk because people weren't sure about Dirk when he drafted him. And then getting Luka Doncic, and mainly Dirk having a 20-year NBA career and finally getting that ring in 2011. But the Mavericks have been one of the most disappointing franchises of my basketball life. At one point, you got Michael Finley, Steve Nash, and Dirk Nowitzki all in their prime. You're winning 60 games a year and you can't put it together. Then you let Steve Nash walk for he would have taken less to stay with you, and you let him walk, and then he goes and wins back-to-back MVPs in Phoenix. And he's
MVPs, but go ahead.
Hey man, look here, the award's the award. We can't rewrite history.
Man, they were questionable even at the time.
Then you let Jalen Brunson walk for damn near half of what he's getting now, and there's an argument that he's an All-NBA player this year. There's an argument for him to be All-NBA, and you let that guy walk, and he was willing to stay, and then you want to say, well, his dad got involved, and that once they got involved. No, you didn't want to pay him. You didn't think he could take that next step up. So, along with the other off-the-court stuff that's happened in Dallas, we got to stop putting Mark Cuban in that same conversation with these other owners, just because he's a cooler celebrity. He's on Shark Tank. He'll get on Twitter. He'll email you back and stuff. He runs a shitty franchise.